Hello viewers, you're watching Nltv Prime Time. This is Nufu Iyer and here are the headlines. Crusade against unfaithful government. The District Congress Committee Dimapur on September 24 at Dimapur office held a crusade against unfaithful government with NPCC tour team. Land Resource Department, Dimapur, NL, the Government of Nagaland Office of the District Project Officer, Land Resource Department, Dimapur, Nagaland organized a culmination program under BMKSY WTC projects for 4, 5 and 6 batches was held today at IMC Hall, Notun Basti, Dimapur. A program called Launching of the Project of Digital Intervention on Handloom and Handcraft Sector for Livelihood Enhancement of Artisans of Northeast States was held today at 10:30 a.m. at Nilit Kohima Auditorium, Merima. Northeast India Academy of Performing Arts has organized a 2-day event of Open Nagaland Ping Pong Championship on Friday and Saturday. The Defence Ministry signed contract with Airbus Defence and Space for the procurement of 56 C-295 transport aircraft for the Indian Air Force on Friday. And now the news in details. The District Congress Committee Dimapur on September 24 at the Dimapur office held a crusade against unfaithful government with NPCC tour team. The program was chaired by Shri Kotoho Chishi, the working president Dimapur District Congress Committee, and various speeches along with office bearers from different constituencies took part in the crusade.
आज 24 September Day Congress Bhawan Dimapur under District Congress Committee Dimapur Day crusade against unfaithful government with NPCC tour team itu meeting organize korna ase aibi amikhan yedi ki kotha kori jabole ase nolebi ki laga discussion lobor de kotha kori jabole ase amikhan itu sob jani lobo sir itu crusade against unfaithful government itu lobor de olop kotha janai dibo.
You see, this government has been very unfaithful, unreliable to the people of Nagaland. What they say about early solution, for how many years they will call early solution. And when the governor have said that talks are over for Nagaland, why, if they are faithful, they should pave the way. Because that's their commitment. But I don't know, they are saying talk should resume. After having completed for talk for Nagaland, what type of resume? What type of talk should they resume?
Banner also.
So the government of India says nothing to talk about Nagaland. Now they are talking with NSNIM. But I don't know what is their suggestion. Do they have any suggestion? Do they have any agenda for talk? No. Or are they saying that, okay, whatever you negotiate, we will agree. Take away Intanki Forest, take away Dimapur district, take away Peren district, take away Peg district. Or are they saying that? So that's how, there is no way but I have to preset over the state, tell them the truth. It's up to the people to decide. I can't I cannot prevail. Congress cannot prevail upon the situation. It is in the hand of people. That's why we are going to the people. We'll speak to the people, tell them the danger, the changes we are facing, tell them in what manner we are transforming, and once the urban cities and towns are transformed, rurals will have to follow. So before that situation comes, we will go to the people. That's it.
Agi dap nila speech de Congress as a party before the end of the year the 12 districts cover gole kuta with na ito labo develop with
Oh, 12 district আছে তো 12 district সবতে যাব আৰু important town cities village পাৰা খান cover কৰিব with the same message.
Aji 24
Nagaland police on Thursday allegedly arrested a social activist, Vikato, for sharing a post in social media. Apparently, he accused the government of Nagaland of not building good roads but buying expensive vehicles for their own needs. In the post, he compared two photos, stating that a minister had enough money to buy an expensive Mercedes car but little money to construct a poor quality road. Though the police has not revealed the details regarding the arrest of Vikato or neither it has been disclosed on what charges Vikato is behind the bars, it is anticipated that Vikato's post might have irked some political big shots. And if Vikato's arrest is on the basis of his post where he took a jibe at government or political heavyweights, now the question that needs to be raised is, if a person is grilled just for posting a meme, is it a serious offense? Does it not lead freedom of speech and expression under threat? A program called Launching of the Project of Digital Intervention on Handloom and Handicraft Sector for Livelihood Enhancement of Artisans of Northeast States was held today at 10:30 a.m. at Nltv Kohima Auditorium, Merima. Program was implemented by National Institute of Electronics and Information Technology, Kohima Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology in collaboration with Department of Industries and Commerce, Government of Nagaland, and sponsored by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of Nagaland. Special guest of the program was Nltv, Advisor Industries and Commerce, Labor and Employment, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of Nagaland. Welcome address was given by Daniel Miran, Joint Director, Nltv Kohima. Project was highlighted by I. Lanuwapang, Director, Nltv Kohima. Kekrivyor Kevichusa, Commissioner and Secretary, Industries and Commerce, Government of Nagaland also gave an address on the event. Inaugural address and launch of MIS portal and release of digital literacy book by special guest Nltv, while vote of thanks by A. Morimanba Amer, Deputy Director, Nltv Kohima.
The corporation take the initiatives of distribution of raw materials to the registered weavers and artisans, the procurement of their finished product to keep on sale in our own emporium, craft bazaar, all this expo. A lot of initiatives are going on, and this has been I don't know, the department will be in a better position to update about how far the progress has been made, but I'm quite pretty sure that it has brought a lot of like advantages and to our economy also. And at this time again coming up with this initiative of the digital intervention, all that I can say is for any convergence kind of an initiative, I'm pretty sure that we are very clear about the target, both the departments. Clarity of target is very important, and based on which we have a commonly agreed programs. But again, what is more important is, rather than quite often we start something beautifully, but again it gets stopped somewhere and we fail to get the desired result. So I encourage both the departments to make it very sustainable, upscaling successful initiative, and by bringing in the strengths of both the departments. And then it is very important that with that kind of an initiative, only then we can hit the target.
The Government of Nagaland, Office of the District Project Officer, Land Resource Department, Dimapur, Nagaland, organized a culmination program under PMKSY WDC. Projects for Class 4, 5 and 6 batches was held today at IMC Hall, Nutun Basti, Dimapur at 11 a.m. Chief guest of the program was District Commissioner of Dimapur, Shri Rajesh Sundara Rajan. Short speech by Shri Puvil Keki, LRD, Deputy Director and Supervisor Officer for Dimapur District. We have a report.
Water scarcity, pani na taka pura scarcity do. Kila mane amila ki apni activities korise wale to ki crops korise wale be it your usual paddy no wale cash crops or ki hoise wale pani na takile to eku korubole na paribo. Water is the basis of everything. Pani na takise wale to etu amakan kiman etu scientific equipments aru chulaile bi ki technique chulaile bi pani na tagise bole to eku mati pura eku ola bole bi nai aru inika agricultural land pura wasteland hua to ami nijor suku pura sawa laga example ko aise aru itu bi yate tate nai inu amila nijor laga jaga te nijor itu stretch laga sawa isa pura amila personal experience ko aise Aru poila to maybe before 30-40 years rainfall pattern to almost consistent agise to amakan to expect koribo pare itu moina te iman itu rainfall hobo iman pani giribo aru itu pura makan itu utu time te to iman borewells bi taka nai itu ki amakan ete irrigation techniques chula ase itu bi iman to chula nai ole bi monsoon rainfall to consistent takapura, predictable takapura. Amakan iman eku na kurilebi ini amakan itu ki crops kurise, cultivation kurise ini lap popule daise.
The Defence Ministry signed contract with Airbus Defence and Space for the procurement of 56 C-295 transport aircraft for the Indian Air Force on Friday. According to report, 16 of the twin-turboprop C-295MW will be delivered in a flyaway condition by Airbus Defence and Space within 2 years of the signing of the actual contract. The rest 40 will be manufactured in India by the Data Consortium within 10 years. This will be the first time an Indian private sector will manufacture a military aircraft. The C-295 project, which has been pending for almost a decade, is not only meant to replace the Avro aircraft, which were first inducted in the early 1960s. The new plans will also take on some tasks of the aging AN-32 fleet. Karnataka Congress have decided to boycott against Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla regarding his address to the joint sitting of state legislature on Friday, stating that such address is unprecedented and unconstitutional. Opposition leader of Karnataka Assembly, Siddaramaiah, said that the party has decided to boycott the joint session, stating that the government was trying to create a new precedent in Karnataka Assembly. There is no such precedent where the Lok Sabha Speaker comes down to Karnataka to address the legislature. It is a first, Siddaramaiah added. One person dead and a firefighter injured in a fire that broke out at a house in Delhi's Lakshmi Nagar area on Friday. The fire broke out on the second floor of a building located in the Mangal Bazar area in Lakshmi Nagar, Delhi. According to officials, the fire had been brought under control by 3 fire engines. Meanwhile, the injured firefighter was admitted to a hospital after the incident took place.
चिराग का कॉल आया कि उनके घर में आग लगी है। जाके तुरंत हमने जाके देखा तो जो है मंदिर उनके मतलब जो लोहे के जाली वाले गेट से हमने देखा कि मंदिर में आग की लपटें बढ़ रही हैं। तो इमीडिएटली हमने जो है कोशिश की किसी तरीके से गेट खोलने की, लेकिन जो लोहे वाला गेट था उसका सेंट्रल लॉक लगा हुआ था तो इट वाज नॉट पॉसिबल कि हम उसको ओपन कर सकें। इमीडिएटली जो है हमने जो है फायर स्टेशन पे कॉल किया, फायर ब्रिगेड के लिए। जब उनका कॉल नहीं लगा तो हमने पुलिस स्टेशन पे कॉल किया और पुलिस को इन्फॉर्म किया कि आग लग गई है एंड जो एक अंकल जी हैं चिराग के फादर, वो अंदर बंद हैं, अंदर फंस गए हैं। तो तुरंत पुलिस ने भी एक्शन लिया। जो है वो आए यहाँ पे, उन्होंने मुझे कॉल करके इन्फॉर्म किया, एड्रेस पूछा और वो तुरंत यहाँ पे आए और उन्होंने फायर ब्रिगेड को भी कॉल किया और वो यहाँ पे आए। फायर ब्रिगेड जो है उसे आने में जो अगर मैं पहले कॉल से अगर मैं समय देखूँ तो तकरीबन आधे घंटे के आसपास का टाइम लगा।
किसी की कैजुअल्टी
मतलब बहुत दुख की बात है जो अंकल।
Chidender Gogoi, a notorious gangster involved in several criminal cases who was jailed at Tihar, was being produced in court complex at Rohini, North Delhi, where 2 attackers from a rival gang, Tilu gang, opened fired at him, causing instant death. The shootout inside the court left several people injured, and 2 of the attackers are also believed to be among the dead. They were allegedly shot dead by security personnel in retaliation. The 2 members of Tilu gang entered the court dressed as lawyers and opened fire, and this incident marks a huge security lapse on court premises. The 2 gangs had reportedly been at war for years, and more than 25 people have died in these clashes. More than 81.39 crore COVID vaccine doses have been provided to states and union territories. Nearly 86 lakh doses are in pipeline, informed the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare on Friday. Over 4.23 crore balance and unutilized vaccine doses are still available with the states and union territories to be administered. As part of the nationwide vaccination drive, the Government of India has been supporting the states and union territories by providing them COVID vaccines free of cost. In the new phase of the universalization of the COVID-19 vaccination drive, the centre will procure and supply 75% of the vaccines being produced by the vaccine manufacturers in the country to states and union territories. Free of cost, the new phase of universalization of COVID-19 vaccination commenced on June 21. Rakesh Tikait, a leader of the ongoing farmers' agitation against 3 new agricultural laws, tweeted up a storm by appealing to US President Joe Biden, seeking his intervention to get India to scrap the legislation. As reported, tens of thousands of farmers are campaigning against 3 laws enacted in September 2020 to liberalize domestic agricultural trade. Farmers say the new laws will leave them at the mercy of big corporations who will dictate prices and wean them off state support. The government has argued the changes will not alter an existing state-backed market system but would free up farm trade, boost investments in the farm economy and raise incomes. And now, the year-old farmer protests have now uproared and broadened into a larger political movement against the Bharatiya Janata Party's economic policies. Farm leader Darshan Bal made a video appeal to the UN earlier in the movement, and people have protested against the laws in many cities, from Vienna to Melbourne. Taliban on Friday said that it will focus on strengthening relations with United States, European Union and other countries if the UN approve its representative. Afghan Deputy Minister of Culture and Information Zabihullah Mujahid said that if his brother Suhail is approved by the UN as their representative, they will make efforts to strengthen relations with other states. He also asked if the Taliban may ask for friendly countries like Qatar to help obtain a seat in the UN for them acting as a mediator. The Taliban said that they were not seeking extradition of former President Ashraf Ghani, but wants him to return the funds that he had taken away, with him stating that the money belonged to the people and the banks. An FIR against the Kapil Sharma show for showing actors drinking alcohol in a courtroom set. According to report, the complaint was filed against one episode of the popular Sony TV show where the actors were shown consuming alcohol on stage while performing a courtroom scene. A lawyer from MP's Shivpuri has filed an FIR in the CM court. The case will be heard on October 1 after an FIR was filed against them in Shivpuri District Court, Madhya Pradesh. The Kapil Sharma show makers have found themselves in trouble almost a month since the launch of its new season. The complaint has alleged that the actors disrespected the court. Virat Kohli could be removed as captain of Royal Challengers Bangalore if he fails to bring in a win in his match against Chennai Super Kings led by MS Dhoni on Friday. The RCB team had a humiliating return to IPL after they lost to KKR by 9 wickets, and their mixed surrender didn't go down well with the team management. And though Virat has already decided to step down as captain for RCB after IPL 2021, with the performance of the team at hand, he could be removed midway. Virat was appointed as skipper of RCB in 2013, and out of 132 matches under his captaincy, RCB won only 62 matches, less than 45% of the games. That's all we have for tonight. Stay tuned and keep watching Nagaland TV for more news and updates.